Right, Shalom. This is Gamali Allah of Great Millstone, Atlanta. I want to give our praises to Yahweh Bashim Avshai Bashim Kakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to all the Akim that are pushing out this truth and sincerity. It's a quick lesson, and this is going to be entitled The Top 3 Outcomes as the Elites Try to Reset the International Monetary System. So I'll go ahead and read the article. This is off of blacklistednews.com. It says, it's self-evident that the fiat currency system centered on the U.S. dollar is self-destructing at an alarming rate. All right, it says, after more than 50 years, it's long past the end of its shelf life, like a carton of spoiled milk. Even the elites running the system can see that they are openly talking about what they'd like to see come next. That's why there's all this talk about a reset as the current international monetary system falters. All right, and, there will be a great reset. All right, because, economists have been warning for years and years. I remember from years and years ago, you had economists that basically we're saying, the dollar will fall, the dollar will crash by this date or that date. And, there's going to be a depression, a recession and, things of that nature. But, it's all, first of all, number one, it's all timing of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shemi Shai, because no economist can really predict. All these expert economists, it'll crash by so, but then it don't never happen. So that's how that precept that only the Lord knows the hour and the day. Okay, because there's a designated time, all right, of when the Lord is going to make his move. All right, so it can't be rushed. It can't be manipulated by the will of man, because it's all according to the will of the Heavenly Father. Now, I'll keep going the article. And as far as this system, they want to do away with the dollar. They've been wanting to do away with the dollar for a long time. And of course, they want to establish their new world payment system, all right, which is the MOTB, okay, RFID, CHIP, all right, and they want to implant that in either your hand or your forehead, but ultimately, like I said, they just want to do away with this whole dollar and establish their new world order. That's ultimately what it's about, is control, and so on and so forth. So it says outcome number 1, central bank digital currencies and the International Monetary Fund's special drawing rights, replacing the U.S. dollar as the world's new reserve currency. This is the elite's preferred outcome. All right, so they're basically saying that, they'll take out of, they'll basically make a federal or world digital currency. All right, because it says central bank digital currencies, and the IMFs, basically, they want to replace that with a world currency. Outcome number 2, a reluctant remonetization of gold. All right, it says central bankers don't want to go back to gold, but they will have no choice if their fiat system collapses, forcing their hands. Now, we already know, we can rule that out, all right, because we know, with prophecy, when it comes to prophecy, okay, we can rule certain things out that aren't going to happen. They're not going to go back to gold. All right, that would be going too far backward. And as a matter of fact, the proof is, you can look at what happened to Gaddafi. All right, because Gaddafi, the ruler of Egypt at one point, he got taken out and he got replaced. All right, because why? Because he wanted to basically, he was basically trying to remonetize gold. All right. Now it says outcome number 3, Bitcoin is the wild card. A Bitcoin standard could spontaneously emerge regardless of what the elite want. Bitcoin is an entirely new asset people are adopting as money because of its superior monetary properties, notably its total resistance to inflation. Because Bitcoin is a digital currency. All right, cryptocurrency, which they're exactly right. Bitcoin, whether the elites want it to or not, okay, it's going to surge. Whether they establish whatever they decide to establish, whenever the dollar fails, Bitcoin is going to skyrocket up, and you can bet your money on that. Now it says it's good to keep Bitcoin's long-term monetization trend in mind. However, both gold and Bitcoin will likely do very well in the short and medium term as fiat currencies lose value. All right. It says no matter if Bitcoin or gold ultimately wins the long-term competition to be the world's dominant money, it will be an enormous improvement over fiat currency, which is a fraud of historic proportions. Now, why is it a fraud? Okay, number one, because fiat currency isn't backed by anything. It has no value. It's not intrinsic, meaning it doesn't have any value of itself. It's just a piece of paper. And, before, I believe FDR got rid of the gold standard, but before he had basically ruled out the gold standard, it was a promissory note, okay, basically saying that you could get this amount of gold, all right? You could basically, it was a note. It was a note that represented, it was backed by gold, but they got rid of the gold standard, all right, which changed the whole game up. So it was no longer about that. All right, it just became people's belief on it. They just started using the dollar, using the paper, the physical paper. Now, of course, we got to start with Revelation 13 and 16. It says, "And he caused all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads." All right, and so what is this mark? That word mark there is charagma in the Greek, all right, which means an incision, to cut. Basically, they want to make an incision in your hand. All right, they want to cut. They basically want to take that needle and poke you with that CHIP. All right, but it says, "And he causeth all, both free and bond, rich and poor." I'm sorry, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. All right. So, and it says, "And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name." And yeah, like I said, that's what it's all about. It's about changing the game. Esau has to get rid of the dollar. They've got to, basically reset. There's a big reset. All right, there's a big reset on the horizon. All right. The dollar doesn't have the same value, but everything is by design because like I said, the elites want to do away with the dollar. They want to do away with all that. Okay, the reason why is because they want to be able to track you. Okay, they want to be able to track you. All right, they want to be able to know where all you're spending your money at. All right. Which, as a matter of fact, let's get that. It's in Isaiah 14 and 14. 14 and 13, it says, "For thou hast said in thy heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation and the mount of the sides of the north." It says, and I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. All right. So that's what Esau basically says in his heart. He wants to be like the Most High. All right. He wants to be, a God. He wants to be godlike. So he wants to, Get rid of all your payment systems, centralize everything. Central banks, one world, police, one world, one world, financial system, one world religion, and all those things, man. That's his plan. All right, but it's not going to work. Ultimately, it's going to be, matter of fact, verse 15, yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. And so Esau is going to be brought down to hell, all right, for the evil intentions of his heart, all right, because that's what it is, just pure evil. This man doesn't give a damn, all right? He doesn't give a damn, all right? So, let's see. I want to go back to the article. It says, so I am rooting for Bitcoin for now, for both gold and Bitcoin. Right now, I want to be exposed to gold, Bitcoin, and the stocks of companies that will produce them. However, for this analysis, I am concerned with the coming monetary reset the elites are trying to pull off as the current monetary system fails, which seems to be a more immediate trend. All right. So that was pretty much the point. But yeah, they're basically talking about how this is going to, they're giving different scenarios of what's going to happen with the dollar. But either way, we know that Bitcoin and we know that the gold is going to go up for sure, right? For a fact. But people are going to do away with a lot of cash. As a matter of fact, they passed legislation. They've already passed legislation that they're going to do away with cash. All right. Cash is ancient. All right. Only rappers and scammers still deal with cash. Everyone else in society, they have debit cards and the chip card. And eventually, like I said, the CHIP is not just going to be in your card. It's going to be in your hand. All right. But this is all the evil intents of the wicked. So let's get Sirach 10. Sirach 2, yeah. No, it's not. That's an issue. One moment. If I can find it, I can't remember what I was looking for. Oh, yeah. One moment. I'm losing it. Let me get it together. All right, this is here it is. All right. Sirach 10 and 8 says, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. And that's what's going to happen. There's going to be a major wealth transfer. All right. Because let's say you get Bitcoin, let's say you get gold. Well, that stuff can be taken. That stuff isn't going to be saved with you. When things really go down, you're just going to be trying to save yourself. All right. But it says, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. So it's going to be translated. It's going to be that's the great reset. They talking about the great reset. Well, the real great reset is Esau coming out of power and Jake coming into power. Israelites coming into power under Yahweh, Bashim Shai, and King David. All right. So you understand? So, we'll just keep our eyes posted on the prophecy. We're going to see how this thing rolls out.